Hi guys, hope you all are doing good. So in the previous videos we have learned everything about single linked list. So today we are starting a new and very important topic, that is double linked list. So don't worry if the name sounds difficult. By the end of this video you will understand everything very easily. So without any delay, let's begin our today's lecture. So first let us remember a single linked list first. Suppose we have linked list. Suppose let me write. So we have linked list 10, 20, 30 and the null value. So this is a single linked list. So every node stores two things. So the first one is data. So let me. So the first one is data, and the second thing is address. So let me write the address. So which address? Address of next element. So next node. So address of next node. So that means we can move only in one direction actually. So from left to right. So we can move from left to right. So in this direction in the single linked list. But what if we also want to move backward also? In single linked list, it's not possible. What if we need to move backward also? So can we go from 30 to 10 backward? No. That is the limitation of the single linked list. That is the main drawback in single linked list. To solve this problem actually, we introduce a new type of linked list that is called double linked list. In a double linked list, every node stores three things. In single linked list, it stores two things. When it comes to double linked list, let me write here double linked list. Let me write in shortcut LL. In double linked list, there are three things. So the first one is the address. Which address? The address of previous node. So address of previous node. So let me write. So address of previous node. In the second thing is data, and the third is again address, but it is the address of next node. Address of next node. So there are three main components, three main things in double linked list, that are address of previous node and data and address of the next node. So every node can move in two directions, forward and backward, using double linked list. So now diagram looks like this. So let me write. So first null. So in double linked list, it's gonna start with null 10. It gonna in both directions actually. So 10, 20, 10, 30 and the null value. So this is the double linked list. So I think no, the it can be backward here like this. Yes. So notice something. Have you noticed something very interesting? Every node has two arrows. So one arrow points to the previous node, and the another arrow will point towards the next node. So that is why it is called double linked list. In a single linked list, arrow is pointed to only in one direction. In this double linked list, arrow is pointed to in both directions. So in the real life example, think about a train. So in a single linked list, you can move only from first coach to the last coach. But in a double linked list, you can walk forward or backward between the coaches. This makes navigation much easier. So now let us understand the node structures. So to declare a node, we use structure same as the linked list. We declare struct node. So in the flower brackets, we create int data. So int data, and we are going to create struct node. We are going to create two addresses, that is previous and next address. So these are the both three components in the double linked list: data, previous node and the next node. So let us understand it every day. So in the struct node previous, the address will be stored of the address of the previous node will be stored. So in the second line, in this line, we are going to store int data. That means we are going to store the value. In the third, struct node star next, this stores the address of the next node. Very simple. So now let us understand the first node. Suppose the first node contains 10. So the first node is 10. Let me read. So the first node is 10. There is no node before it. So previous will become null. So previous becomes null value, and data, obviously data becomes 10, and next will become address of 20. So address of 20, why 20 means the next element of 10 is 20, so address of 20. Now the middle node becomes, so now what about the middle node? So now the middle node will become 20. I'm sorry, now let me write the middle code here. So middle, I mean middle node, so let me write in another color. So now middle node, so what about the middle node? So previous become address of 10, and data becomes 20, and next will becomes, obviously next will become address of 30, address of address of 30. So this is our next element. So now the last node, so in the last node, previous becomes address of, yes, address of 30, address of 30. Data becomes, I mean, I'm sorry, here data means 20, address of 30, here address of 30, not 30 actually, address of 20. So address of 20, data becomes 30, and next becomes null value. So this is a double linked list. So the last node has no, I mean last node is connected to null value, so there is no last node, that's why it is double linked list. So let me write in the final diagrammatic representation. So initially null, it points the backward 10, 20, 30 and the null value. So this is a double linked list. So why do we use double linked list actually? So the main advantage is you can move in both directions. That's the main advantage. And then another advantage is deletion becomes easier in many situations because each node already knows its previous address, I mean previous node. But when it comes to the single linked list, we don't know the previous address, I mean we don't know the previous node address. So that's the main drawback with the single linked list. So to implement that, double linked list introduced. So there is a disadvantages also in double linked list, so let me tell. So in the double linked list, the main disadvantage is every node stores one extra pointer. When it comes to single linked list, there is only one pointer, but in double linked list there are two pointers, so it will be some memory wastage. So it uses more memory than the single linked list. So also updating pointers is slightly more complex because both previous and next pointers must be maintained correctly. So let me ask you some questions. What is the biggest difference between single linked list and double linked list? So the in a single linked list, it has only one pointer. In a double linked list, it has two pointers. That's the main difference. So why does a double linked list use more memory? So actually, all you know now, because every node stores the one extra pointer called previous. So that's the reason because why double linked list use more memory. So another question is, where are double linked lists are used? This is very important. In the real life example, where double linked list used. So browsers, I mean the browser, we use back and forward navigation and undo redo operations. For example, if you are typing any document in for your college preparation in Microsoft Word or Microsoft Word actually, so you use undo and redo options. So in my whiteboard also I use undo redo options. You can see here undo redo. This is also double linked list. So in music playlist and image views like etc, in many real life application double linked list used. So this is all about the double linked list. I hope this lecture is clear to everyone. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comment section. So thanks for watching and see you guys in the next lecture.